Are you like me and you're a total control freak? Well, guess what? You're gonna wanna watch this video if you have issues letting go of control. Hey, it's Jason Everett from the High Performance Salon Academy. I was just on a training call, in fact, an implementation call for a program we do called the $1 Million Salon and Spa Program, where it shows people how to get to their first $1 million in revenue inside their salons. And Rosie asked me an amazing question. She said, Jason, I'm a super control freak and I have issues letting go. Help. Well, first of all, I just want to say, Rosie, we were talking about it and I said, Rosie, you are not alone. You are like almost every other person, myself included, in that control freak. And I recently heard this and I want to share it with you, is that whatever you are really good at, you will have the hardest time letting go of. Does that make sense? Whatever you're really good at, you will have the hardest time letting go of. So I'm a big fan of marketing and running business. So if I ever want somebody to hand over my marketing and actually take it on really well, I'm gonna be hypercritical and I'm gonna judge them a lot because it's one of those things that in my mind, they should do it at the standard that I have. So where inside your salon do you have really high standards for a task or an activity that isn't getting done at the level that you want it to? So I heard this quote the other day and I wanna share it with you, is that 80% done by someone else is 100% effing awesome. So think about that for a second, right? Is that so many people are trying to have somebody else do it at 100% or even better than they are. But what if you just said, I'm gonna let it go and I'm gonna allow them to do it at 80% of the job that I would have done because your time is no longer involved? Wouldn't that be a great day if your time wasn't involved and the job still got done and you were no longer hypercritical about other people? Now, if you're listening to this and you're like, Jason, there's no way I could do that. It wouldn't happen. I don't want anything to get done at 80%. Well, then I would ask you is how well are your systems and processes documented? Because trust me, in my business, there's tons of systems that should be better documented and processed. And if I do that really, really well, I can transition that information to somebody else. Because if your entire documentation process is kept somewhere up here and not on paper, not in a video, not in a checklist, well, then you can't really turn it over to somebody else. So 2 words I want to give you. There's the word abdication and then there's the word delegation, okay? Abdication means to relinquish or give over the throne. Like you take a crown off your head and I was in charge, but now you are. Good luck. See you later. Have a nice life. That's abdications, where you just say, it was my job. It's now your job. Thank you. Versus delegation. What delegation is you say, look, here's a task. I'm gonna give you exactly what to do, how to do it, the way in which I've done it before, and it's actually documented, and then you give them incremental steps that they should be able to apply and try, and then come back to you if they have any questions. So think about this as a documented process, as a properly delegated task, okay? Is that if you give them a checklist, a cheat sheet, a video that trains them on how to do it, and it actually says, here's some frequent problems and how you can handle it, don't you think that'd be a much better way to transition it to somebody else? And if you're having issues by delegating something inside your business, well, then you got to look at, well, what's the system that you've created? And a system does not mean you told it to them and they're supposed to do it. That's only one part of it. Here's the actual formula. Step number 1, okay, is that you do it and they watch you do it. Okay, so you just have them watch, totally fine. Step number 2 is you do it and then they help you. They assist with something as a part of that project so they can be a part of the process. Then step number 3 is that you have them do it and you assist them, right? So think about that. Now, the final step is super important, is that final step is where they do it and you just watch them do it. Now that doesn't mean just do everything 4 times and follow that equation that I just gave you. What it means is make sure that they can properly help you before you move on to you helping them. And only once they do it well with you helping them, then do you let them do it and have you watch. And if you follow that process really well, you use all of your systems and processes and they're in place, they're really tight, you follow this training process and you don't just throw something at somebody and hope that they do it, it will drastically change your results in delegating things and being comfortable handing over a project or a task that you didn't feel comfortable with before. So hopefully this was helpful. A little bit of training, a little bit of delegation, and a whole lot of mental work will get you there and help you, even if you're a control freak, to start handing over things on a small basis first and then a bigger basis as you get further into it. Hope this was helpful. Do me a favor and leave a comment and tell me what your favorite takeaway was in the comment section below. And if you want more great videos like this, do me a favor, head over to our free Facebook community called Profitable Salon Owners, where there's a ton of other resources like this video and a lot of other salon owners for you to collaborate with, an entire community of them, in fact, that are trying to become more profitable and working to make more money and have more impact with what they do every single day. I'll see you on another video just like this, or see you in the group.